Greetings, it's Iain from RTO here. Welcome to Tuesday. Welcome to another miserable day, but we've got some good stuff today. So we're going to start off with a album ranking, and this is for Roger Daltrey, co-founder of The Who's, lead vocalist, singer, songwriter, whatever. So we don't have to go into details of who he is, because we all know who he is. Born on March the 1st, 1944. And apart from all his Who activity, he has made 9 solo albums. Some I like, some I'm not very keen on. So we'll have a look at them today. So at number 9 we have his 7th solo album, and it came out in 1987. And it's called Can't Wait to See the Movie. Lots of people play on here. So the first track is a track written by Ross Ballard, and it's called Hearts of Fire. Roger's vocals are great, but I just don't like the sound. It's that horrible 80s production. Not a track that I'm particularly fond of, but I do like Roger's vocal delivery on that. When the Thunder Comes isn't too bad. It's got a really good solo out on it, got on the guitar, although it's 80s, but it's not a bad one. Ready for Love, just don't like the arrangement. It's too 80s. It just, why Roger? Why? Stick to what you know. Then we have my favourite on here, a thing called Balance on Wires. It's a fantastic vocal from Roger to start with, but the guitar riffs are good as well. Then we have a track called Miracle of Love. It's 80s style. It doesn't really suit Roger, but I do like the saxophone solo on it. It's quite good. The Price of Love is very 1980s plastic nonsense. The Heart has its reasons, more generic 1980s, not a big fan. I suppose the solo on the saxophone's okay. Alone in the Night, awful track. It's just what I hate about the 80s. We'll leave it at that. Love a Storm, Roger Daltrey doing 80s pop, nah. And the last track, Take Me Home, has to be the worst track on the album. There is just nothing good I can say about it. On this album, although Roger's actual vocal performances throughout are excellent, it's the rubbish that he sang to. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 4 out of 10. Okay, at number 8 from 1985, Under the Raging Moon. It was his 6th album. Again, lots of people on it. First track is written by Pete Townsend, and it's called After the Fire. It's not a bad track. I don't mind this one, even though it's got that 80s sound on it. It's a quality song. Don't Talk to Strangers, more overproduced 80s rock. Smooth, no, it just doesn't do things for me. Breaking Down Paradise, another song written by Russ Ballard. Typical Russ Ballard song. I don't like it. The Pride You Hide. He shouldn't be singing stuff like this. This is the lead singer of The Who. That's all I'll say about it. I just don't like it, basically. Move Better in the Night. It isn't too bad. It's got an saxophone solo on it, and it has got a bit of harmonica, which is in it. But the vocal from Roger, absolutely brilliant. Love Me Like You Do. Not very good, not a big fan. Let Me Down Easy. Now this is a song written by Bryan Adams and Jim Vallance, and it's one of the better rockers. It is an 80s rock song, but Bryan Adams was having success, so yeah, it's best track on the album. It's a really good vocal from Roger as well. Fallen Angel, it's not too bad. It's got the 80s nonsense though. It don't satisfy me. I don't mind this one because there's some great harmonica playing on it from Roger. It's a good harmonica player anyway, so yeah. Then we've got another track written by Bryan Adams and Jim Vallance, Rebel. You can tell it's been written by them too. It's a good vocal from Roger. I don't mind that. And the title track, Under the Raging Moon, a great vocal from Roger, but not a brilliant track. Another 80s album, but there are a few tracks on here I don't mind. I like Bryan Adams and the Jim Valance combination. You know, that they did know how to make a good 80s rock track. So I'm going to give this one an RTO ranking of 4.5. So coming in at number 7, we've got the 5th album. This one came out in 1984 and it's called Parting Should Be Painless. So on here we've got Roger Daltrey, of course, Chris Spedding on guitars, Mick Gallagher keyboards, Alan Schwartzberg on the drums, Norman Watt Roy on the bass, Michael Brecker tenor saxophone, and Mike Thorne on the synthesizers, Robert Messi on marimba, David Tofani on the clarinet, and backing vocals are done by Billy Nichols. So the first track on this one is called Walking in My Sleep. Not too bad. Hasn't got so much of that 80s production on it, so it's not too bad. Parting Would Be Painless. I love the drumming on this. It's got some excellent guitar as well. You know, it's not bad for an 80s track, actually. Is anybody out there? Written by Nicky Chin, this is. Definitely one of the better songs on here. I don't mind that one at all. Would a Stranger Do? Not a bad song. I like the clarinet on it. It's really a breath of fresh air on that track, and it's a fantastic vocal from Roger. I do like his singing on that. Going Strong. Now this is written by Brian Ferry. It's my favourite song on there. He does a good job. It's a nice song. Love the bass line on it. And then we've got Looking For You. Back to the 80s overproduced stuff. Not very good. Somebody Told Me. And a cover of the Eurythmics song. And it's not very good. He should have left it alone, to be quite honest. One Day. It's alright. The highlight of this one, though, is the saxophone solo. How Does the Cold Wind Cry? Not a bad song. Great vocal from Roger. I do like that one. Don't Wait on the Stairs. Very 80s, of course, but it has got a really groovy bass line and another good vocal from Roger. There's certainly not too much between these 80s albums, but this one's one of the better ones, I think. So I'm going to give this one an RTO ranking of 5 out of 10. Right, at number 6, the 8th album from 1992, Rocks in the Head. Lots of people play on this, so we'll go straight into the tracks. The first track is Who's Gonna Walk on Water. Great opening riff, really strong vocal from Roger. I love that track. Before My Time Is Up. It's nice. It's got a nice vocal from Roger. Some nice guitar bits in that. My favourite track on here is a track called Times Changed. For a start, it's got one of the best guitar solos on the album, and it's one of Roger's best vocals. It's a super song. You Can't Call It Love. A bit wishy-washy. Where's the Bucket? Don't like that track. Mirror Mirror. It's a pretty solid track. I've got no problem with that one. It's got a nice melody to it. We'll have that one. Perfect World. I like the mandolin. Really adds to it. This is a good vocal, as always, from Roger. Love Is. Second favourite track from this album. I like that guitar bit in the middle. It's really good, and a strong vocal from Roger. Bluesman's Road. Old-fashioned bluesy feel to it. I like this. And there's only one bit that goes a bit poppy, but on the whole it's a solid bluesy track. Everything a Heart Could Ever Want. Quite like this track. The backing vocals are super, backing up Roger's great vocal. Days of Light, a bit wet and wishy-washy for me. Yeah, another Where Is the Bucket, I Need It Quick. Then we've got the last track, Unforgettable Opera. Not a bad track. It's a good little rock track. I like that one. Definitely a mixed bag here. There's some really good tracks on here. but there are some that are not. So I'm going to give that one an RTO ranking of 5.5. Number 5 then, that came out in 2018, and it's called As Long As I Have You. Again, lots of people on this. It sort of covers as well. So we've got, this is As Long As I Have You from Garnet Mims, not from 1964. Does a really good version of this song. It's one of my favourite covers on this album. Then he does from Stephen Stills, Manassas How Far. Again, it's a very good version, but hasn't got the same gentle vocal as Stephen, but Roger does a good thing. Where Is a Man to Go from Katie Olsen. Great vocal from Roger and not a bad version of it. Then we have Get On Out the Rain, which is based on Come In Out of the Rain from Ruth Copeland and Clyde Wilson. Very, very good. I've Got Your Love. That's about Skaggs number, bit of country. It's all right. Then he does a really... I mean, I love the original, In My Arms, from Nick Cave, from The Boatman's Call. But there's only one person that can sing that, Nick Cave. Roger should have left it alone. You Haven't Done Nothing, a Stevie Wonder number, and I love Stevie's version of this, and I love Roger's. It's the best one on the album. Then we got Out of Sight, Out of Mind, a Motown version, Motown track. It's not a bad vocal, I like that version. Then we've got Certified Rose, which is an original song. It's not too bad. The Love You Save, Joe Tex, and he does a very good version of it. I don't mind that. And the last one, Always Heading Home, another original song. It's the best of his originals on here, and it's got a lovely piano. I think this is a pretty strong album, actually. The covers he does are really good. There's a couple are not. Roger's older, his voice is deeper, but it's a pleasant album, so I shall give that a 6 out of 10. Okay, coming in at number 4, the third one from 1977. One of the Boys. Got some interesting people on here. Alvin Lee on guitar. We've got Jimmy McCulloch on guitar, Paul Keogh, Hank B. Marvin, Eric Clapton, Mick Ronson, Brian Olgers on bass, and John Eswell on bass as well on Borry. So a great lineup of guitar players, plus loads of other musicians. So Parade. I've always liked this one. It's a great vocal from Roger. Top draw song, that is. Single Man's Dilemma. Song that's written by Colin Blunston. It's got a nice country feel to it. I love the guitar work on it. I'm not quite sure which one it is. Then we have Avenging Annie, my favourite track from this. Another classic song from Roger. I think this is just Roger on fire. Brilliant vocal, and it's a nice arrangement as well. The Prisoner, another song that's got that country vibe to it. I do like this steel guitar on that. Leon, the bass line is absolutely brilliant on that. Don't know if I think it could be even John on that. Who knows? No, it wouldn't be John because he wasn't. I don't know. I just think it's a good bass line. It sounds like John Entwistle. Okay, our next track is One of the Boys. It's a great Steve Gibbons song, and I think he does a great job of it. Giddy, song written by Paul McCartney for Roger Daltrey for this album, and it's pretty good. Say It Ain't So, a Murray Head song, and it's really, really good as well. Written in the Wind, another solid song. I love the piano work on that. Satin in Lace, it's a really nice ballad. Some lovely piano work on that. And Doing All Right, it's all right. I don't like the keyboard. It sort of dates the track. Pretty solid album, some pretty solid players on here. So I'm going to give that an RTO rating of 6.5. Okay, coming in at number 3 is his debut album from 1973, and quite a few of these songs are actually written by Leo Sayer, according to our good friend in Australia, Lloyd. He's a bit of a fan of Leo, so he would know these things. So thank you for that bit of information, Lloyd. Always appreciated. So On Daltrey came out in 1973. So Roger's on lead vocals and acoustic guitar. We've got Dave Courtney on piano. Russ Ballard plays guitar and piano on The Story So Far. Bob Hendrick on drums. Dave Winter on bass guitar. Additional musicians: Brian Cole on the steel guitar, Roy Young Band on the brass bits, and Dave Arbus on violin. One man band, brilliant song. It's a simple song, but a brilliant song. I love that track. The Way of the World, written of course by Adam Faith and Dave Courtney. It's a really nice song, and a gentle vocal from Roger. I really like that track. You Are Yourself, not too bad. Wasn't one of my favourite tracks on the album. It's got some nice strings though. Thinking. This is one of them songs where you can imagine them sitting down writing this with guitars and just adding their little bits on it. It's really good. You and Me, Adam Faith and Dave Courtney song again. Bit dour, not for me that one. It's a Hard Life, a nice song, great vocal from Roger. Love the piano work on this. And then we've got that big hit he had on this, Giving It All Away. Absolutely stunning track. One of his best songs as a solo artist, and one of his best vocals, I think, in that period of his life. Brilliant track. The Story So Far, a little bit different. Got some nice, a quirky track with some lovely piano work on it. I do like. When the Music Stops, not a huge fan of this one. Doesn't do much for me. Reasons, I love this song. It's a brilliant vocal from Roger. Then we have a bit of one-man band reprise. Yeah, it's got, don't know why we had to put that, 10 reasonably good songs on it. A pretty good album, you know, a bit different from what he was doing in The Who. Yeah, it's a pretty solid album, so I'm going to give that an RTO ranking of 7 out of 10. Okay, number 2 then. It's the second album from 1975, Ride a Rock Horse. Lots of people on here. So the first track is a Russ Ballard number called Get Your Love. It's funky. I do like the vocal from Roger. I really like that track. Heart's Right is next. It's got a nice blend of saxophones and guitars on this. Not a bad track. Oceans Away. A little bit different. I like these sort of sounds. You got pianos and strings and a really good vocal from Roger on that. Proud, another Russ Ballard song. It's a really super song, really good arrangement and a fabulous vocal from Roger. World Over, a really good track. I can't think of a few people that can sing this. It's a really strong track. I love the funky guitar on it. We've got Near to Surrender, another Ross Ballard song, not too bad. Some nice guitar on that. Feeling, great vocal from Roger. What a powerful vocal delivery on that song. Walk in the Dawn, a great version of the Rufus Thomas number. I think Roger did it justice. Milk Train, great vocal from Roger. I love this track. Then I Was Born to Sing Your Song, very theatrical start, some lovely piano, a great vocal and not a bad track to end this good album. Another solid album. Of course, you know, it's nice when he does something a bit different from what he's doing in The Who. Got some really strong tracks on this, so I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 7.3. But my number 1 album is his soundtrack to the film McVicar that he starred in. It's all about John McVicar. So lots of people on here, but one of the people that plays drums on here is the one and only Mr. Dave Mattox. So the first track is called Bitter and Twisted. It's got a bit of cheesy keyboard, but the beat's really good. It's a fabulous song. Just a Dream Away. I love this song, written by Russ Ballard. It's an absolute belter of a vocal from Roger as well. Now, Escape Part 1 is written by the one and only Mr. Jeff Wayne. Although Roger doesn't sing on this one, it's a great track. It's got everything you expect from Jeff Wayne. Wonderful little instrumental type track. White City Lights, one of my favourite songs on here. It's a great vocal, really gets into it. Then Free Me, a ballad, probably one of the best songs on the album. Another great vocal from Roger as well. My Time Is Gonna Come, nice little rocker penned by Russ Ballard, best track on the album. Waiting for a Friend, my second favourite track on the album. It's got the best guitar solo on it as well. Then we have Escape Part 2, another Jeff Wayne thing, brilliant. It is really good. Without You, very ballady, nice mandolin. And then we get McVicar, another great track to get this album completed. This is a great soundtrack. I mean, the film, I've seen the film, McVicar is a really good track. I mean, album, film even. And the soundtrack to it is good. Lots of people playing on here and contributed. Makes it one of the best soundtracks of the time, because you don't need to know what's going on in the film. You can enjoy this as an album. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 7.5. So there we go. Roger Daltrey albums. I think that's us covered all the Who members' solo albums. So yeah, it's been a great little journey going through from the Who right up to everyone's solo projects. Okay, coming up next, we've got a bad sit. We're doing some bad songs again, and this time it's David Bowie. So join me for that. Bye for now.